All right, hey everyone, Wanderbots here, and welcome to Grow Song of the Evertree, or welcome back if you caught our preview of this a couple weeks ago. So first and foremost, most important thing, kind of, sort of, is that Grow Song of the Evertree is a very chill kind of sandbox. I want to call it like a town builder. It's a chore sim, but it's like one of the good kind of chore sims where you're not just doing the same action over and over. You've got a bunch of different things that you're building up. You're growing plants. You're building these like little microbiomes and discovering secrets within them, and then using the resources and magic from those to build further ones, and you expand. And then there's a town that you're reclaiming and building up as well, and doing things for the residents. It's a really neat game, and
it's filled with a lot of fanciful characters, too.
Yeah, it reminds me of so many other games kind of in this genre, but in more of a setting that I actually care about, because it's not just the real world or something. It's like the world tree out in space or something. It's weird.
Because I think you're rebuilding these islands to set them back
like
adrift.
little branches of the world tree to actually even rebuild the worlds that they're from. I'm not quite sure. I'm sure the plot will go further into that as we go along. But also, thank you to 505 Games for sponsoring this stream. Mm-hmm. They had reached out to us a couple weeks ago and had said, like, hey, we want to sponsor a stream for launch day. And I mean, yeah, sure, why not? So if any of you guys watching this on Twitch, there's a little banner image down below you can click on and go to the Steam page for this, or there will be a command, a URL that goes by on the regular. And for people on Steam, you can also click it in the description below. Anyway, with all of that, I think we can just dive in. We'll talk more about this as we go along, but I don't want to keep us waiting for too long.
In another time, long forgotten to history, our people were explorers, sailing the cosmos, following the song in their hearts. Gotta love skyships.
Yep.
Their journey led them to the song's source, the source of all life, Mayora, emanating from the boughs of the Evertree. It was there, beneath the tree's branches, they made their home. Here they thrived, living peacefully in the shade of the Evertree. Their every need met through the song of Mayora. They learned to shape the song and call it this art alchemy. They became artisans, architects, and champions of industry. And their humble village grew into a grand city. Though the people flourished, all was not well with the Evertree. Darkness had coiled around its heart, and discord wove its way into the song of Mayora. On the dawn of the last day, the song shattered, and the great city fell silent. And in that silence, something new took root. The withering. Ever hungry, all-consuming. It overwhelmed the Evertree and destroyed their once great city. Homeless and heartbroken, their connection to the song severed. The people fled to the far reaches of the cosmos. But all is not lost, even in the darkest times. One lone voice, one young Everheart alchemist remained, determined to push back the withering, to restore the song of Mayora, and live in harmony with the Evertree once more. No. I wonder where the Discord came from.
I mean, honestly, my
they
assumption is
industrialize
it's just
too
a
much?
natural. It's a natural thing that happens whenever anybody has access to the world tree for any reason in any game or media. That like the moment people are around the world tree, just plot says no, things go bad now. You know, oh, you get a couple of years of prosperity, and then things just go bad, and you can't do anything about it. Ah, it's so pretty.
You can see the ruins of the civilization and all the withering.
Like their last game, Yonder the Cloudcatcher Chronicles, had this kind of nice otherworldly element to it, but this is just so much more impactful. And like, look at the texturing and the modeling on these roots. They could have done so much less and it would still have the same impact, but it just, it looks so creepy and textured. I love it.
Well, that house still looks inhabited.
It is really, actually quite impressive, bringing up their previous game, just how much they've come, too. Oh.
The world seat is almost ready. Book, I say it's time we wake the apprentice.
Can't we let them sleep in just a little longer, Coppertop? The poor dear's exhausted. They've been working non-stop for days.
Wake up.
Given all the apprentice has done so far, don't you think they ought to be awake to see the world seat completed?
Ah, yes, good point. I doubt they'd want to miss that. Oh, did we wake you up, dear?
Well, that's definitely Book.
Good morning, dearie.
Yes, good morning, apprentice. There's so much to get started on.
Let's give the poor dear some time to freshen up, Coppertop. Just look at their hair. And my word, is that drool on their face?
Oh, yes, rather a lot, in fact.
Oh, don't worry, dear. Take a few moments to yourself. We can talk when you're ready.
Alright, now we can be... Oh, Lillian's kind of a nice name.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. I really like this, is this non-binary or...
Yeah,
I think?
I believe so. It looks like a combination of the male and female symbol.
Yeah.
And pointed upwards.
We had never seen it prior to this game, but that is like one of the nicest ways of kind of showing a third gender symbol. Oh, voices. Oh. No, curse you. One thing breaks, the next thing breaks.
Batteries, I assume.
Yeah, batteries ran out. It's just like, oh, I can no longer control this.
Is it just low and high?
Yeah. So let's go high. Did you want a different name than Lillian?
I don't know. Why don't we roll the dice?
Okay.
Hugo, Sadie, Dallas, Eli, Sophia, Ada, Corin, Alexis, Josiah, Easton, Genevieve,
I knew one Genevieve.
Elsa, Roxy, Phoebe,
Phoebe.
Marcia, Barnaby, Marina, Delta, Ainsley. That's something I haven't heard. Lacey. I knew a couple Lacey's. Cora, but Alistair. Sargon. What is Sargon? I've never heard of it. Cecil, Kari, Jean, Atticus. That just reminds me of Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird, though.
Okay. You come up with one while I make the character. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's a lot of different body shapes here.
These are all the different body types. So if you notice, they have different sets for shoulder widths and waists.
I like that one. What do you think? Never goes outside? Or a little bit more of a tan? Let's go a little bit more of a tan. Okay. I like the freckles.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you do
Maybe
enjoy
nose freckles?
Yeah, nose freckles are fine. Various glasses.
I liked these.
Didn't we have the crazy glasses
think we
before
did.
with the crazy hair colors? Wait, what is that? Eye color. You can barely see the eyes.
Yeah. So I want to pick probably one of these two because it works with the glasses.
Oh, purple. Definitely.
There we go. Alright. Hairstyle. I don't remember which one we had. Didn't we? No, we didn't just have that one. Maybe we did, actually. Ooh. Leaning Tower of Hair. Yeah, I think we might have actually just had
The hair.
this last time.
Did we?
Maybe? And it was like purple?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we love purple.
Oh, this was the color we'd picked.
Kind of more of the maroon purple.
Yeah. Now, amusingly enough, we can go with cute mare, but I think not. Okay, did you come up with a name?
I don't know. Well, one of the first that came to mind was like Airy or Eris, or maybe even something like Sylvia if you want to have a tree related thing. Otherwise, we could go with something else. What are you thinking?
I don't know. Let's go Sylvia.
You can also roll the dice.
Yeah, but I've been down that.
Sylvias.
Sylvius. Yeah. There we
That's
go.
interesting. You instantly went for the Y as opposed to the I.
I don't know. Probably too many video games that have had Sylv with S-Y-L-V.
It is the fantasy spelling.
Namer of the USS California.
Wait, what? Why?
Yes. I am... Oh, shoot. It's Namer after, call her Death Star.
And here we have it, a perfectly crafted world scene, the apex of the Everheart alchemist art, and our means of restoring the Evertree to good health again. Jolly good work recreating the recipe from scratch, I say.
There were some impressive alchemical misfires along the way, mind you. Remember the frogs, Coppertop?
How could you forget? The taste still hasn't left my mouth. Anyway, now that the world seed is ready, all we need to do is plant it and wait until it sprouts. If it doesn't, well, what's our plan? Panic?
No, Coppertop.
I like that tip.
No.
No, you're right. It's clearly going to work. But I do like panicking.
If you'd like to have a chat before we go, perhaps over a lovely cup of tea, Coppertop and I are here for you.
Tea's out, I'm afraid. We used the last of it in the world seed.
Oh, well, we're still happy to chat.
Let's ask some questions.
Here, I'll let you ask.
Oh, fine.
I guess Coppertop's still gonna have to talk, though.
Mm-hmm.
The world I just want to drink some water. The world seed is the culmination of all of our efforts, apprentice.
You see, since the dawn of time, the Evertree has nurtured miniature garden worlds in its branches. When properly tended to, these bountiful worlds would bloom, scattering the seeds of creation, Myora, across the cosmos.
Alas, when the weathering overtook the tree, the branch worlds were smothered, and so was the flow of Miora. And that's where the world seed comes in. Theoretically, it can grow a new world in the branches of the Evertree.
Planting that seed and restoring the Evertree to good health is our top priority. Do you have any other questions? We're still happy to chat.
There's me, the Evertree, or Myora. Oh, that's about Myora.
Why, Myora is the building block of the natural world, apprentice. That's what everything else is made of. Perhaps you could think of it like a seed of all creation. Now the song is what scatters these seeds across the universe, forming new matter.
And the Evertree is the source of it all. It was teeming with the stuff, until it dried up, that is.
But if your world seed works as we believe it will, then Myora will flow again once more.
All right, do you have any other questions? Well, now we've unlocked the song.
Yes, the Song of Myora, or the Song as we tend to refer to it. The song resides in all living things, even if they cannot hear it. It's the harmony of the universe, the song of life, the song of creation.
It's the song that calls everything into existence, you know, and that includes you. It is a part of you. You were born with the song in your heart.
Your people's connection to the song is quite unique, apprentice. They could feel the flow of Miora in the universe.
But now the song is silent, and we don't know why. Do you have any other questions?
Maybe it has something to do with the horrible roots outside.
Yeah. The Evertree.
Oh, our once magnificent Evertree. Such a pity you never got to see it in its prime, Sylvia. Whole worlds hanging from its branches, each one bursting with life in Miora.
A cosmic miracle! I couldn't even begin to imagine what your people thought when they first laid eyes on it.
And for a time it flourished, grew even more beautiful when your people began adding their voices to the song.
Oh, that's when we came along. The Everheart alchemists became the tree's custodians, working to keep the tree healthy and maintaining harmony between the people and the land. We were very good at our job.
Why does she have to emphasize that?
Maybe people blamed them for why the roots happened, which is why they're still stuck here? I don't know.
We were, yes, until the song shattered. And then the Miora dried up. And then the withering came and the Evertree suffered, and here we are, all alone.
Not alone. We have each other, Coppertop. And now we have a plan. Do you have any other questions? We're still happy to chat.
Oh, it keeps going.
The Everheart alchemists.
Lore.
More lore.
I'm not one to toot my own horn.
I don't even know how you'd start. Do you even have lips?
But the Everheart alchemists, indeed, still are the finest of all the alchemy guild houses.
We became the caretakers of the Evertree. We watched over it as it gave us shelter, life, and food. And we were always careful not to overstep our bounds, never to take more from the Evertree than it could produce. That quest for balance didn't make us popular.
No, over time we went from guardians to outcasts.
Well, that sounds like it's a problem. If people were wanting to take more than what the tree could provide, that would definitely lead to
that
discord.
would do it. And would also make sense.
In fact, you were the last apprentice to walk through our doors. We celebrated your arrival. It had been so long between apprentices.
Of course, by that stage we'd been exiled to the outskirts of town. The people didn't want us around, so we moved here.
Yeah, they were blamed.
Wow. Ouch.
Yeah, go figure the song stopped. The people sound kind of selfish.
Mm-hmm.
And it's here that you worked tirelessly, the last remaining Everheart alchemist, to find a way to push back the withering and restore the Evertree.
All right. We have
Just go the withering.
the withering. Yeah, sure.
Withering, nasty business, a blight on our fair Ilaria.
Oh, yuck.
The withering emerged from... Actually, we don't know where it came from.
There it was, though, the moment the song shattered, ready to fill in the gap with its awfulness.
It consumed all of Ilaria and drove the people out, and it's still there, encroaching on our garden. But I'm keeping my calipers crossed, that restoring the tree will drive it back.
All right. Alaria, is that the town that's surrounding us?
It is.
Ah, Ilaria, lovely place once, very well reviewed. It was a bustling place of industry and commerce, all helped along by alchemy.
I'd sit for hours listening to the noises, people going about their business, hurry-scurry, living their honest lives. It was lovely.
It was, until it wasn't. It stopped being quite so lovely when the withering took root and consumed the land.
Such destruction. Oh, it was awful. The people fled the city in droves. We remained behind, of course. Someone had to try to fix things. Still, it was sad to see our friends leave. I know that it was especially hard on you, dear. But the work we're doing is important. We're going to make Ilaria a home for everyone once again. Do you have any other questions?
Alchemy.
Alchemy, eh? Now there's a vocation. The art of converting things to their base essences, transforming things to other things.
In the old days, there were a lot of alchemy guilds in Ilaria, creating all manners of wonders. It was very loud, lots of explosions. We are mostly past that now.
Why, even Book and I are products of alchemy, you know? Alchemy helped Alaria prosper before the devastation, and I'm certain it will be alchemy that restores it again.
Yep. Do you have any other questions? Let's ask about us, I suppose.
You want us to tell you about yourself? Well, all right. While you're a mere apprentice alchemist, I can safely say you're the greatest alchemist of all in all of Alaria right now.
Dun, dun, dun. I mean, that's true. If they're the only one
You
around.
won by default. Doesn't that make you feel all warm and bubbly?
Warm and bubbly. That would make sense for him to say something like that.
I'm kind of disappointed he doesn't make more like
Gurgles.
boiling puns.
Mm-hmm.
You're also the tallest alchemist in Alaria, and the shortest.
We've got charts to prove it. It's been so long since you first came into our lives, so young, yet so determined to master the alchemical arts. I vividly remember you telling us how you wanted to help make the Evertree better again.
I seem to recall you added that the withering was gross and icky and needed to go.
Yes, you said the same thing about peas.
But here we are today.
Oh, but I love peas.
These are great.
We're the first alchemists in an age to crack the recipe for a world seed.
To think the old alchemist said it was a myth. You sure showed them, apprentice.
All right. Let's go.
Splendid. Let's get this world seed planted in the Evertree and send that nasty old withering packing.
Oh, don't forget your alchemist tools, dear. You'll need them to care for the budding world tree.
That is a really
world
pretty
seed.
chest.
Yeah, look at that.
Maybe not the most efficiently packed, but it's pretty chest. Got an axe, a mallet, a sickle, a watering can, a seed bag, a speech bobble.
Wait, does the speech bobble allow you to
It's so
translate?
they can talk to us.
Is it? Oh, for them.
Yeah.
To talk with us while we're out and about
Allows
in
you to
the world.
communicate with other folks over long distances. Hey, there's a match 3 game on here. Smartphone.
Righto, world seed check, alchemist tools check, charming companions check and check. Say it's time to head outside and plant that world seed.
Oh no.
Oh, no. The withering must have reached the valley. Are we doomed? I think we might be doomed.
Sylvia will save us. Quickly, use your tools to clear a path to the door. Perhaps something can be done from the outside.
If not, remember me like this, panicked and shrieking.
Oh, there are other charts to prove it. Not that I understand that numbering system.
Oh, no.
Actually-
See, it's 1 dash, then 2, then 3. You're kind of making a pentagon.
Yeah.
It's a base 5 system. So then you start. Wait a minute. Yeah. Then you start with a dot.
Is it a base 5? It looks more like it's like a...
Maybe it's a base 4. So the problem is you do the 5
I
dashes.
think it's a base... Yeah,
Wait,
it's a base 4 system.
Well-
1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash,
but then it
5
goes.
dash.
It skips to 5.
And then it adds a dot for the next one, and then you start building the next one. Kind of? Oh, the reason why it skips to 5 is because the top leftmost one is often covered by its neighbors. That there's overlap. See how for the top one, there's the 2 diamond shapes that are overlapping? So you still have space for 4 lines and 1 dot, but not the 5th one. And that'll work for the entire... there we go. These are fun animations. This girl's also got some smash-o. That all of it, and it just sinks into oblivion.
Yeah.
Don't question it. Maybe Coppertop is just the house and he's just eating it.
Oh. It's the fuzzy dragon creature with the stag horns.
That great winged creature. I thought the withering was upon us.
Coppertop, be gentle. You know how you start to froth when you get too agitated.
How many times have I told it? How many times I asked you? The alchemy house is not a place to perch.
Coppertop, you're being very rude. That creature has a name, you know.
And that creature's name is... Did I spell it right?
Biscuit.
Biscuit. I don't remember what we named our character, but I know what we named Biscuit. Its name is Biscuit.
Besides, where else is Biscuit going to land? The poor dear's roost has been overrun with the withering. Sylvia, you may be able to coax Biscuit down from the roof. Why don't you fetch the saddle from the perch just over there?
I think our original name was... It was one of the default ones that you could use with the dice, and it was Carmen, but you kept saying Carmine.
Oh, yeah.
And so Sylvia is at least something you can remember.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Aww. It's adorable.
I think my only
Look
disappointment...
at all that fluff.
My only disappointment with this game so far is that we are not Biscuit ourselves. Oh, press up to fly. We just whistle into Biscuit's fluff.
I thought you could also hug or pet Biscuit, right?
Yeah, but not yet. Seed planter.
All right.
I really appreciate this. The last game they made was kind of pseudo-open world. The fast travel system is going to save us a lot of time.
Here we are, the perfect little planter for your world seed.
Ooh.
Oh, this is terribly exciting. My pages are all aflutter.
Thank you. Coppertop's voice is playing heck on my vocal cords.
Yes, and I'm positively effervescent.
Effervescent, as in bubbly.
This is your moment, Sylvia, where all your hard work pays off. Knock the world seed into the planter, and then stand back.
Stand beside the planter and press A to plant the world seed.
Oh, the music for this game. I know we've already commented on it a couple of times, but it's good.
Land of the rich.
Behold, a world freshly sprouted. I knew you had it in you, Sylvia.
Is it meant to be so mucky?
Oh, shoot. Seems there's no escaping the destruction of the withering, even all the way up here.
So, it's a bit of a fixer-upper. It's nothing little elbow grease can't cure.
I'm afraid we used up the last of the elbow grease in the world seed recipe.
What did they put in this thing? Go
Tea.
figure.
They put
Tea
tea in.
and elbow grease. Like, so far, this is not a recipe for success.
What I mean is, between us and those trusty alchemist tools, Sylvia has got this.
You really think this mess can be turned around?
Truly, I do. With a little care and attention from Sylvia, this place will be good as new.
Alright, time for chores. Alright, how do
Weeds
we...
can harm good plants, but you can't just chop
Okay,
them
there
out
we
with
go.
your sickle. Oh no, you need to yank them out with bite the root by hand. Heave ho! Oh, you can plant seeds from your seed bag in mounds of soil. Given enough time and frequent care, you'll end up with something wonderful and new.
Okay. So,
My aura.
instead of doing things as I come upon them, I think I might quickly just run around and chop every bush real quick, and then plant every seed. I find switching the tools... I don't know.
Well, so what you want to do is you want to do everything you can with one tool and then go to another tool.
Oddly enough, this is how I eat. You know, for this... Nope. Oh.
Oh.
Except if I can pick things up.
You picked up a charming block, apparently.
Like, if I can pick things up, or if I can pull things out, then I'll do it. But, yeah, I like to do everything, like, one tool at a time. I don't know why. It's like how I eat food, too, now that I think about it.
It's so weird. You see, I prefer to go around my plate and choose different things to have at different times, depending on my preferences. But Wander will eat one dish, like
Yeah,
one
so if-
portion of the dish
So if we're
at a
talking,
time.
like, classic American Thanksgiving Thanksgiving dinner,
Yeah,
mashed potatoes,
green
stuffing,
beans.
turkey, gravy. I mean, gravy obviously goes on the mashed potatoes and the turkey and the stuffing.
Green bean casserole.
And green bean casserole, and then, I don't know, maybe some kind of
See,
dessert.
I will take bits of every single one until there is nothing. And I'll save the thing that I like the most. Like, the last bite will be that.
And so for me, I'll eat the potatoes first, then maybe some of the turkey, and then I'll move back onto maybe the stuffing until the stuffing is gone. And then I'll come back for... Oh, can I not break this? Oh, guess I can't.
Alright, but then at that point, you've completely consumed all of a particular item on your plate. Which means that you can't go back for the texture.
It's true. But honestly, I'm usually not disappointed by that. Did I just do that for whatever reason? Reminds me of a friend who bought a taco kit and proceeded to eat the ingredients separately. Yep. I've never done that. I think part of it is for me with like dishes like a taco, the gestalt is more important. But for something like a Thanksgiving meal, the gestalts, there's no gestalts. Each thing kind of works as its own because you're not going to mash them all together. I've done it and it's okay.
I think it's possible.
It works better with the leftovers. Now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, one food at a time, crew unite. Heck yeah. So like earlier today with burgers and fries, it was fries first, then burger. Except for I started with the fries, but they were a little hot, so then I did burger. Then I went back to the fries for the rest of them. And you know what? I'm sure there's some kind of childhood root to this, but I don't remember what it is. I could probably ask my parents and actually see, because I bet they would know.
Yeah? I don't know what it could be.
And I mean, maybe it's just some kind of weird intrinsic thing.
I mean, it could be that... Now, do you find that you eat your least desirable thing first?
Yes.
So
Okay.
it might be that you just want more of the latter part of the meal to be the things you enjoy most.
Yeah. Though it depends. If it's a big meal, I'll go for my favorites first. Largely because I know that if I have to like leave leftovers behind, then I want it to be the stuff I don't like. Because if I leave my favorites behind, my parents would just eat it.
Oh my.
They were, you know how, oh gosh, what was the thing that I ate? The shortbread cookies recently. We bought some shortbread cookies that
He devoured them all. I only had 2.
I had them over like several days, but yeah, Shell was very much just like, you know, kind of not advocating for her own consumption of the shortbread cookies. Which is fine, and I should have been more considerate. But like, from my family's perspective, we'd like make a cheesecake, and I'd be like, well, I shouldn't be eating too much cheesecake, you know, I've been eating too much lately.
Shouldn't we be talking about the game?
I'm doing chores.
Yeah, I know that you're doing chores.
And, yeah, I mean, it's
We
kind of
could talk about
tangentially relevant.
gardens and our experiences with growing gardens.
Do we want to?
Yeah,
That's a
sure.
horror story more than anything else.
What do you mean by a horror story?
Your extremely cursed little succulent?
Okay, it was my first time ever trying to get a succulent, and it was admittedly from IKEA, so I don't know where they source their succulents. But it was gorgeous, it was beautiful, and for a number of months it was fine, except
I cannot not move. Okay, there we go.
then it started to have
That was weird.
babies. And I go, oh no, I don't know what to do with the babies. I think you're supposed to kind of take them off, let them grow roots of their own, and then plant them in a separate planter.
How the heck would they come off normally, though? Like in nature?
I think they break off somehow, and then they grow roots and then find their own way into the soil.
That's confusing.
But, so I did that, but then I discovered that the main plant, it must have had a rot or something. Maybe I had watered it too much. I tried watering it very, very sparingly, but I couldn't save the big succulent. And then we had to move across the country, and I couldn't save the little succulents. It was so sad.
Sorry about that. Just really weird comments.
But no, at home I used to garden for my family all the time. Mostly it was ensuring that everything was delineated, you know, between the grass and the places that were actually going to be soil and mulch. And then planting some annuals. Though we would usually keep the annuals in pots as opposed to in the soil. And then what we would actually have in our garden itself would be perennials.
You've done a fantastic job, Sylvia. The world is looking much healthier than before. It's even started to produce a small amount of Miora, yet something isn't right.
Don't get Coppertop wrong, dear. I'm sure this world will be lovely in time.
It's just that it isn't growing like it did before, when people were still connected to the song.
Even when the Everheart alchemists cared for the Evertree in Miora. Wait,
When they filled it.
Yeah.
Okay, when it filled the air.
Do you suppose that's why nothing's happening? When the connection to the song of Miora is lost, the Evertree stopped growing.
it is possible. Long ago, everything was in harmony. The people were happy, and they cared for the world around them.
The song was everywhere, and the Evertree was magnificent, but now...
Is she singing? Or is that the song?
Boy, I wish my singing could conjure an Aurora Borealis then, and maybe I'd actually do it.
Sylvia, are you okay?
Is something the matter, Sylvia?
Coppertop, shh.
The song. Sing.
But how? How is that possible?
You found a way to reconnect with the Song of Miora? Oh, this is marvelous.
This is better than marvelous. This is miraculous.
Sylvia, do you think you could do it again? Over there, on those plants.
Warm? Oh, it's a alchemical essence for warmth.
Gotta sing it, the ones that are glowing. It really does.
It really is a sound blast.
Yeah.
Song.
She's
Yep.
just turned. She's just turned into Banshee.
So some of those need time by the looks of it.
Yeah, but I still get them to that kind of initial stage where they've started growing. Then we need time.
Song is part of you once more. How fantastic.
Today has been truly remarkable, hasn't it? I bet there's a lot on your mind, Sylvia. Why don't you come back down to the house for a chat and a good night's rest? Just give Biscuit a whistle when you're ready to return.
Okay, so I know when we did the preview, we went into the cave, but there's not much in there at the moment. We need better tools. So I figured let's just head back. Because I want to get access to as much as we possibly can today. How do I... Oh, view town. There we go. Not that there's much of a town left. That place is overgrown.
Oh, look at it at night.
Just like the Evertree, your body needs time to recover each day. So when you're ready, return to the alchemy house for a good night's rest.
What would...
Ooh, look at how glistening the stonework is. What are you doing?
I'm just thinking about, like, if I had to sing some kind of song, what would I even remember enough to sing? And the answer is, like, nothing but Linkin Park, which would not be helpful.
Oh, no. And you know me, I know hundreds of songs.
Yeah.
So.
You just start belting out whatever.
Sylvia, welcome home.
Prentice, you did it! The world seed, it worked!
Oh, but what about Sylvia reconnecting with the song? Wasn't that a sight to behold? Ooh, and the Miora. It started to flow again.
More of a trickle, wouldn't you say? But it was something, which is better than nothing.
It's all just so exciting.
But what of you, apprentice? It was a big day for you. Is there anything you wanted to discuss?
Have we? Yeah, we've already talked about these, which is why they're not lit up.
Well, why don't you ask about the song? Just to see what happens.
Oh.
You found a way to reconnect with the song.
I didn't think that was possible until it, didn't think that was possible after it shattered.
Yet somehow a shred of it remains, and you found a way to reconnect with it.
Is there anything else? My aura. The fact that even small amounts of my aura still exists is fantastic. Without it, those plants would never have been able to grow and bloom.
It also means that the Evertree is responding to your actions.
Anything else? World seed. The world seed is a marvel unto itself, isn't it? From the seed, entire new worlds, new ecosystems can form.
If you just keep at it, I think more than just plants will return.
Anything else? The withering. It was quite surprising to see that the withering was affecting the world seeds.
But did you see it? All of that growth and new life pushed it back.
If we're seeing those effects happening with the Evertree,
Then it means that we do have a chance at driving back the withering.
but Ilaria is much bigger space than the worlds on the Evertree.
Then we'll just have to find a way to bring back more harmony to Ilaria.
Anything else? I'm tired. After a full day of garden-based activity, I dare say you could use a good night's rest. Good night's worth of bed rest.
Good night, dear. Tomorrow is another big day.
Stay near your bed. This is a really comfy little house.
Yeah, look, so this is a kitchen area.
Yeah, with the sink, scrubby stuff. Kind of looks like our house with
Pots
all the
and
dishes on the
pans.
tables.
Okay, what's over there? Is that a living room?
Yeah. Nice little kind of
Little
living room
reading.
with... It's like a weird cupboard.
It's probably for storing stuff.
Yeah, but it's like, I only generally see those at like hotels or like libraries,
Well, it could be file folders.
I guess. But she's got another one. Maybe she's just kind of like one of those weirdos that rolls up her shirts into tiny little like
The little
tubes
balls,
and then
yeah.
just like crams them in 4 at a time to each. Just owns like a bunch of little
That'd
tube roll
be
clothing.
like Marie Kondo. She does that.
Yeah.
And then this whole space is just dedicated to the study in alchemy. And her bedroom?
You know what?
apparently?
I'm gonna call her out for being a bit of a wacko.
I would put my bedroom over there where the living room is.
No.
What?
Look at the books.
What? Oh, the papers facing outwards?
The spines are pointed into the shelf.
How can you read them?
What kind of psychopath does that? How does she know?
How do you know what's in the book?
She probably just knows them by smell at this point. Just walks up. Yep, that's the Lord of the Rings right there.
Oh, just look at her, sleeping so peacefully.
This is why she should also move her bed into one of the other rooms so that these two can't spy on her.
And a well-earned sleep it is. The poor dear has shouldered a terrible burden. Alas, if only the other Everheart alchemists had stayed behind. But they just don't care.
It's
anymore.
fine, they were cowards anyway. Plus, look at the job that Sylvia did today. Didn't you see her smile when the plants began to bloom?
I sure did. It's just that I want to make sure Sylvia always feels supported. The Book and Coppertop Cheering Squad will support Sylvia all the way.
Alright, well, with that, I think this is a good stopping point, at least for now. This game is absolutely adorable, and we've got a long ways to go before you even get to really do anything. It's a long process before you even get to really start building up the town, but honestly, that's kind of what's nice about these games. They're slow, they're methodical, they're peaceful, there's no rush, there's no hustle bustle, there's no demands, it's just, get your work done. Just chill, listen to some nice music. Hug some cute animals. Maybe some kind of weird looking animals. I don't know. Some of the critters on this one have like 4 ears, and I'm not quite comfortable with that one yet, but it's fine. Anyway, there's always Biscuit. Biscuit is the true thing to hug and feed and cuddle, and I refuse to believe that it's anything more than just floof under there. But, with all of that said, Grow Song of the Evertree is available now. Came out today. Yesterday. Today is of this recording. Yesterday is of this video going up. And it's available on Steam, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and PS4. So if you have any of those platforms you want to pick this up, it's $25 on any of those. And as far as like chore, life sim, town manager, light progression, it's a lot of progression based stuff. You go out and you fish up 10 fish and you get a little perk that increases your fishing capabilities, for example. You know, little stuff like that in the scrapbook slowly adds up, and eventually you get better and better, and you've grown a bunch of the World Tree seeds, and you have a bunch of places to gather resources from, and you take it all back to your town and grow that up too. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other things that we haven't even seen. This game gets deep, it is long, and honestly, that's kind of nice. These games are really chill, and it's kind of perfect for, well, being stuck indoors for the winter, with not a whole lot to do, and, you know, maybe just kick back for a while. But, with all of that, once again, thank you so much to 505 Games and Prideful Sloth for reaching out to us to sponsor this video, and also, you know, just for making and publishing this game. It's super lovely, and it is such a massive improvement over Yonder the Cloudcatcher Chronicles, which I loved, but, like, it is impressive how far they have come with their, I guess, game development and style and everything, really. It is such a massive improvement in such a lovely way. But, with all of that, I guess if you guys like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than you know, and if you want to see more, hit subscribe. Because we've got a couple more episodes ready to go with this one. I think we're gonna try and get a little further with this, you know, really get to the point where we've seen the meat of the gameplay. I don't know if we're gonna be able to finish it, because it does actually seem like there's a lot to this game. But we're gonna try and get pretty far. But with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.